Hi everyone, welcome to our lesson. In today's lesson, we are going to learn about resolution. By the end of this lesson, you will be able to understand plot, sequence of events, plot elements, and resolution. Are you ready? Let's get started. Plot. All stories have a plot. The plot is just a name for a sequence of events. Every plot should have an exposition, rising and falling action, climax, and resolution. What is plot? The sequence of events that take place in a story. What is sequence of events? The time order of things that happens in the story. Plot elements. Let's take a look at the plot elements diagram. Exposition at the bottom and the beginning of the story, rising action, climax, all the way at the top, falling action, and all the way at the bottom at the end, the resolution. Now, let's take a look at each plot element. Introduction or exposition. Information that the writer gives you at the start of the story. Rising action. Events in the rising action that draws you in as the reader. Climax. The most exciting or suspenseful part of the story. Falling action. The continuing action after the conflict has been resolved. Resolution. The conclusion. How does this part of the story make you feel? In today's lesson, we are going to focus on resolution. Resolution. Let's define resolution. The resolution occurs at the end of the story. This is where the author provides a solution to the story and ties up any loose ends. As you can see here in the diagram, the resolution is at the end of the diagram, and you have an arrow pointing to the resolution. Resolution is when the conflict has been solved and usually indicates the ending and possibly even happy ever after. Resolution, the end of the falling action and the conclusion of the story. The final outcome of the story. Not all stories contain a resolution. Some leave unanswered questions to be interpreted by the reader as an independent. I want you to keep in mind that the resolution is the conclusion of the story. At the resolution, the author will surprise the reader, force the main character to face and deal with the problem or challenge in the story, create a change in the direction of the story. Let's look at the resolution in Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone. Voldemort no longer has a body to inhabit, therefore is powerless, and it is believed that he is no longer a threat to the wizard world. Now, let's take a look at the resolution in Harry Potter. Look here in the image where Harry Potter is at the hospital, laying down. So I'm going to read it. Harry awoke in the hospital after 3 days. There, standing above him, was Albus Dumbledore. Harry rushed to ask about the stone and to find out what happened to it. Albus explained it to Harry. They destroyed the stone and Nicholas Flamel would die, but he had enough time to sort everything out before he leaves. So this is the resolution of Harry Potter. Now let's look at the resolution in the Hunger Games. Look at this image, and I'm going to read it. Stop, ladies and gentlemen. May I present the winners of the 74th Annual Hunger Games. Now I'm going to read this. In the Hunger Games, the game makers reversed the decision to allow two winners from the same district. Katniss and Peter pretend to nearly eat poisonous nightlock berries in order to beat the game makers at their own game. Because the capital needs a winner for the Hunger Games, both Katniss and Peter are declared winners. So this is the resolution of the story. Let's look at the resolution in this story. Resolution. The story comes to an end and the plot lines are completed. In this example, the father was reunited with his daughter after he was able to prove his innocence. Now, let's check your understanding. And you are going to define resolution. I am going to read both answers and you are going to choose the correct answer. The resolution is A, the information that the writer gives you at the beginning of the story. B, the conclusion of the story. I want you to pause this video now and read the choices one more time and choose the correct answer. And you can point to the correct answer or show it to someone next to you. And now we are going to do the last question. Which event represents the resolution in Harry Potter? So take a look at both images and you are going to choose the correct answer. And I'm going to read it aloud. In the first image here, A, at the beginning of the story, Harry lives with his uncle and aunt. Now B, let's take a look at the image and I'm going to read it. At the end of the story, Harry wakes up in the hospital and finds out that the stone has been destroyed. Which one is the resolution of the story? A, at the beginning, or B, at the end? So now you can pause this video, take a look, and pick the correct answer. And you can point to the correct answer or you can show it to someone next to you. Today, we learned about resolution. The resolution occurs at the end of the story. This is where the author provides a solution to the story and ties up any loose ends. Thanks for watching the video.